What is up, gents? DirtBag Gaming here, the channel for casual raiders. We are going over GEOMANCER how-to gear guide for GEOMANCER. We'll do a full guide on him soon, so if you guys aren't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. I think we're 6 beers deep right now. Sorry, getting over the flu as I'm drinking beer. But GEOMANCER, one of the best champions for Hydra in the game. So if you guys can see, we have 3 of them fully booked up, fully leveled up and geared up. 1, 2, 3. Yep. And we're going to go over the best gear for your GEOMANCERs, mainly for PvE. All right. So let me sell this crap real quick. That's probably a good shout out for myself. So we do gear cleansing guides. For anybody who's interested, 20 bucks, hit me up on Discord. We cleanse all of the gear, 1300. We just go through and do everything. And then we have jewelry as well. We can do that for you. There's a ton of videos on my channel if you guys want to go check that out. But we just did 2 of them today. That's why I was mentioning it. So the gear guides, we go through each set and what would be good, what would not be good, and kind of what you're aiming for each champion. Now, with GEOMANCER, first we're going to go over the skills and kind of tell you what we're trying to aiming for, and mainly he's going to be used for Hydra. You can use them for clan boss, you can use them for dungeons, but mainly these builds, this gear guide is going to be for Hydra. So he's got an AoE A1. Anytime you have an AoE A1, stun sets are always good for AoE A1s. He's got a decreased accuracy, which is an insanely good combo with faction wars or anything you're trying to do with GEOMANCER. But attacks all enemies has a 40% chance of increasing or placing a 50% decreased accuracy debuff for 2 turns. So put this on a boss, they're never going to put a debuff on you ever. Put this on Hydra, even better. So this is a very good AoE A1. A2 is okay. Now Hydra, you're mainly going to be doing manual. So removes all buffs from the target, then attacks them. Steals all buffs instead if the target is on HP burn debuff, which most of the time they will be, I guess. Placed by this champion. Reduces the cooldown of Quicksand Grasp, which is your HP burn, by 2 turns if the target is killed, which Hydra you probably won't kill, while under HP burn debuff. So mainly you're going to be doing it for remove buffs. So anytime you're attacking a Hydra head that has a crap ton of buffs on it, you want to take them off. Boom, there you go. You have a cleanse on a 3-turn cooldown, which isn't bad. This one also a 3-turn cooldown. This is going to be his main ability. Fully depletes the target's turn meter. Spider, Fire Knight, any of those bosses. Doom Tower, there's a lot of freaking bosses that have that. Fills the champion's turn meter by the amount of target loses. So if you decrease by a lot, you fill your turn meter by a lot. Has a 75% chance placing HP burn, which is up to 100% chance. Burn, 25% weaken debuff for a target for 3 turns. It's on a 3-turn cooldown. So why this is so good is because it is passive. So if you put an HP burn debuff on anybody, you reflect 30% of the damage inflicted to the target that has the HP burn debuff. So decrease the damage all allies receive by 15%, and deflects that damage onto each enemy under HP burn debuff placed by the champion. So if he's out there just going ham and placing, HP burn debuff, you reset it with Prince Kymar, you do it again, you reset it, you do it, like you're just putting all these HP burn debuffs out there, and every time the enemy team or enemy Hydra or anybody attacks your team, they're taking 15% less damage, and you're reflecting 30% of the damage back to the attacker, which is insane. Like imagine how much damage they're actually doing to your whole team, and you just done. The one head, I think it's the fire head, that does a crap ton of AoE damage once he gets up to like 15 hits. When he nukes down your team, he dies at the same time. It's ridiculously good. So very good. He's got an HP in all battles by 25%, so he can be your lead in almost everywhere. So GEOMANCER is definitely one of the champions in the game, probably S tier for Hydra. So masteries, I believe we have the masteries the same for all of them. Let's see. So this is our favorite one. We have that, and all right, so a little bit different there. But this is going to be the main mastery that you're going to be looking for Hydra and PvE. We have a crit rate, Damage when attacking at full HP, most of the time he's going to be at full HP. Heal anytime he's not at full HP, and then going down to War Master. So now War Master is going to be the AoE. So anytime he does his AoE, every single Hydra head gets hit has a chance to proc War Master, which is going to be even more once you get to higher levels. Increase accuracy. You definitely need accuracy on this guy, like a lot of freaking accuracy, especially for Hydra. Increase stats, increase turn meter or decrease turn meter, increase the chance to place debuffs and extend debuffs. So especially the HP burn and stuff like that, you want to be able to extend it and a chance to increase it. So this is just simple masteries. Now let's go over the artifacts. Number one artifact set for him in Hydra is going to be your Relentless set. Now Relentless set, if you're curious on where to get this, it's from tournaments. You have to win tournaments. You have to place like top 3 or whatever to get the Relentless set. So if you guys are newer, hopefully they bracket you to newer players. But if you really want to go ham on a tournament, like you're a PvP tournament or a Fire Night tournament or whatever tournament, you have to place high to get Relentless sets. So us who have been playing for a very long time, we basically just rotate our Relentless sets through all of our champions, and whatever we're using at that time is using the best Relentless sets. So Relentless, again, is probably one of the best sets to do. Now let's go through top to bottom. He has 52. You want a lot of HP for Hydra. You want defense, you want speed, you want crit rate, crit damage, like you want it all. So a lot of the sets are going to be good for him. Mainly the 4-piece set that you're looking for is Relentless. So let's go through it. If you need a 2-piece HP set, not bad. Attack, you're not really going to be focused on doing as much attack as possible. His skills are based off attack, but mainly he's going to be doing HP burn and deflect. His deflect is going to do way more damage than him running up and hitting the target with attack skills. So attack's not going to be mandatory. Defense, not really the best for him. Speed, good 2-piece set if you need to get that speed up. The faster he is for Hydra, the faster he's going to, or the more damage he's going to be doing. Crit rate, good 2-piece set if you want to throw out 100% crit rate. We do have 100% crit rate on our guy, so make sure you get that up to 100%. Especially for AoE attack champions, you want to make sure that they're hitting everybody as hard as possibly can. Crit damage, not the best, but it's a good 2-piece set if you're already at 100% crit rate. Accuracy, very, very good set. Probably one of the top 3 set or top 5 sets that I would suggest for him, because you want to make sure his accuracy is well over 300 for the Hydra. Once you get up to harder Hydras, you're going to need a lot more accuracy. Resistance, not mainly is going to be used for resistance, so I'd probably skip that. Lifesteal is a very, very good set for the PvE scene. So if you want to make sure that he's doing clan boss, Hydra, dungeons, Lifesteal set is probably still a very, very good set for him. Fury, I would skip. This, I would skip. This, I would skip. This is heals 15% every turn. This isn't a bad set. Instead of doing like a Lifesteal, you can do this where he's able to heal a lot of HP every single turn, and then throw a 2-piece set of Immortal on him, so that way he's healing 18% every single turn. But this isn't a bad set. This actually picked up a lot of momentum, especially when the soloing of Doom Tower came along. Immunity set only lasts 2 turns, so it's only good for PvP. Shield, he has 15k base HP, not a good champion for the shield set. Again, Relentless is probably one of the best sets, if not the best set for our Geomancers. If you can put 3 Geomancers for each key that you use, do it. It's not a bad thing to have 3 of them maxed out, and if they're all Relentless set, boom, you're golden. We don't have a lot of Relentless pieces. Savage, I would ignore for him. He's not really that hard of a hitter when it comes to one shot and just go out and hit it. Don't need this. This is literally only for Scarab King, so you don't need Destroy. Stun, again, is very cool if you're going to use them as a PvE, either dungeon, Doom Tower waves, or Faction Wars. You can throw a stun set on them, and you could probably even go all the way down to this, to, not that one, this one, to increase the chance of stun by 5%. So you have the artifact set, which I think is 18%. 18% plus 5, that's 23% chance to stun on an AoE A1. Very good percent. So stun set is very good for AoE champions on their A1. This is on one of my Geomancers. Or I thought it was, I guess it's not. This is on somebody. Oh, it's one of my... Who the hell did I put the set on? Oh, sweet. One of these poison sets. I honestly thought it was on my Geomancer, but it was on somebody who does AoE. It might be my Ray that has the poison on. Now, this honestly is a good set because he does AoE A1s. So the poison just does more damage to the Hydra heads. So 75% chance of placing a 2.5% poison on the Hydra heads each and every time he attacks. So this is a good to do more AoE splash damage to the Hydra heads for any AoE champion that has a toxic set. So this is actually a pretty good set for your Geomancer. Provoke, not really so much. Don't really have a lot of these. 45% chance to counterattack. Sure, if you want to try it out. It's a 4-piece set. There's better 4-piece sets than that. And then this one is good because most of the Hydras do AoE attacks. So if you want him to take less damage, this would be a good set. This is good for Dragon, Eternal Dragon as well. Eternal Dragon for Doom Tower Hard 120. You need Stalwart sets. So having him go in there, and actually he's probably really good in Eternal Dragon. I haven't tried him out yet, but Stalwart set is made for Eternal Dragon 120. Like, you need to farm this set because it's so freaking good. 40% chance to reduce skill cooldown is not a bad one to have on him because you're probably not going to be doing this one that much. So if you're doing this as much as possible and that procs, you can then do this again right afterwards. So that set is probably really good with your Geomancer. So that's a pretty good set. These you can sell. These you just want to get rid of as soon as possible. Curing, 20% chance of bonus heals. He doesn't heal, so it really doesn't matter. And then this, again, you don't need the attack because you're not focused on his solely hard-hitting abilities. This is a good 2-piece set if you need that extra, HP and heal every single time. So this is a very good 2-piece set if you want to throw this on anybody, especially Geomancer. Don't need this one. This one's good if you need a little bit more crit rate. Don't need this one. This one, again, if you need more speed. This, it's only procs, if you're about to die. At that point, it's really not that huge of a deal. You probably have a reserve in your team, you just res back up. So this is only good for really PvP, I would suggest. This isn't bad. I actually haven't tried this out on Hydra yet. HP, defense, 25% to deflect one debuff onto the attacker. So there's a lot of debuffs that go out for Hydra. So if you have this, you have an extra 25% chance to deflect it. Mainly you're having this in there for 20% HP and 20% defense. That is just a bonus. This is a great 2-piece set, HP and defense, just for a 2-piece set. That's good if you just want to go relentless and just a 2-piece here. I have to go through all these gear to get rid of all that. This is definitely one of the best ones you could have. So we have a relentless and then a 2-piece of accuracy because you need the accuracy and speed. So for these, we actually picked crit damage, crit rate, speed, resistance, accuracy, and then for the boots, speed, HP, accuracy, crit rate, attack. So very, very good 2-piece set. This is definitely top 5 for Geomancer. This one don't really need. Again, don't need the attack percentage. This one's cool, only for mainly PvP. Crit rate and heal. This is the lifesteal, but you get a little bit more crit rate. This is actually a very good set. If you have enough, but it's a lifesteal set with crit rate. That's basically all it is. This one you don't need. You don't really want this on your Geomancer. You don't want him to take all the damage. And resistance, don't need. This one is Savage, just with extra 10% crit. And then these ones are mainly for endgame, stone skin, and all that stuff. So it usually only lasts 2 turns. So these I would just skip. So that's what I would suggest for our Geomancer builds. Again, mainly it's going to be relentless with our perception sets or speed sets or toxic sets, or if you want to go 3 perception sets, do that. I think one of my Geomancers has that actually. So one Geomancer has, they go Immortal, 2 perception, relentless again, and then 2 of these, which has crit rate and crit rate. That's probably why I did it. He's my number 2. He does 100% crit rate, 183 crit damage, 217 accuracy. So he doesn't have a ton of accuracy. He needs a lot more accuracy. So if we replace these two with the accuracy, this guy has, he doesn't do as much crit, but he's got a crap ton of accuracy. So we're gonna do, this guy is number 2. This guy is number 3. So he's our 3rd guy. This guy's number 1, number 2, number 3. Yes. Yep, he definitely needs a lot more accuracy. So we're probably gonna have to re-gear this guy and get rid of these two to get more accuracy, because 200 is definitely not gonna cut it. Yeah, at all. So we need to get rid of this and get rid of this and probably put a perception set on him. So there you go. There's our how-to gear guide Geomancer. So the full guide is going to be coming out soon because we have 3 of them. I want to record why he's so good in the Hydra. So we'll record a full Hydra run with Geomancer, and then we'll do the normal key, and then we'll do the hard key to kind of show you the difference. But he is going to be the top DPSer for Hydra every single time. So let me know in the comments below what you guys want to see next. If you guys are interested in gear cleansing guides, hit us up on Discord. And if you guys are interested in DirtBag Nation 5, that's our main clan, hit us up in there as well. If you guys are just interested in raid, just go hang out with the guys in Discord. They're all freaking awesome. But let me know what you guys want to see next. I appreciate clicking on the video. Thanks for everything. You guys are awesome. And we'll see you in another video soon.